Hey everyone, Sawmill Charlie. Well, it's been quite a long time since I posted a video due to the winter weather here in Maryland. Today, March the 26th, the weather is going to be in the 60s, and the next week we will be in the 50s and 60s throughout the week during the day, and we'll also be most lower than around 40 degrees at night. So today I'm going to go through my hives for the first time in the year, and I am going to take and convert my hives from my winter configuration into my summer configuration, which is single brood chamber management. So here I have my winter coverings, which are carpet. It's not more for insulation, but it's more of a wind block. I'll be taking those off. I do run medium boxes on my production honey hives, 3 medium boxes through the winter. I will take off one of the medium boxes, most likely the bottom one today. That will be where there won't be any brood or food in there, and maybe a few bees. Most of the bees will be up in the upper 2 boxes. I'll set that down on the bottom board and then add a queen excluder and then a honey super. Our maples have been blooming. They're almost finished blooming. Hopefully with this warm weather here in the next couple weeks, things will start to bloom even more and some nectar sources will start to come in. So let's get busy, take these winter coverings off, and then I will go through how I set up my summer configuration and the single brood chamber method that I use. As you can see here, we have 3 medium boxes. The bottom white box down here will be most likely empty. These 2 top boxes, the middle and the top one, will be full of brood and food and bees. What I will do is take the bottom box off the stack. I will go through these 2 top boxes and arrange it so that the brood is in the bottom box and the open combs will be in the top box. I will put honey frames on the sides of each box, so they'll have at least 4 honey frames so they have food on inclement days that they can't get out and fly and maybe gather any nectar. So let's get into that. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into these hives here. Off to my right, I have a couple of lids that are turned upside down. What I'll use them for is to catch any bees that fall off these top supers that are full of bees, and use it to stage these hive bodies so while I'm working on them, and then the one I choose to put back on the bottom that has all the brood in it, then I will take it and put it on the bottom board and go through. So let's see what we have in this hive here. Well, I can see that we have plenty of bees. They're up on top of the inner cover here. Looks like they're building some wax. And we got quite a bit of bees here. I'm just going to go ahead and take these supers off, put them on the lids like I said, and then get down to the bottom box. Put that one here on the side. It's pretty heavy. Probably has a lot of honey still left in it. Here's some drone brood here. I don't see any varroa on it, which doesn't really surprise me. I did participate in the National Honeybee Survey through BIP, and my results so far that have came back is that I have a 0.2 mite infestation, less than 1%. So my mite treatment program is obviously working, and that is really nice to hear. I have not received any of the viral loads yet, which I'll let you know when I do get those papers back in. So let's get down here and get this box off. We've got bees throughout this hive. This is a really strong hive. Let me move the camera up so you can get a better look at this. All right, I'm down here in the bottom box. I've taken a couple frames out to open up the area. So far, there's not been any brood. A little bit of pollen. Definitely going to have to put a couple supers for honey on top of this to give these bees space. There is some brood on that frame right there. We'll have to move that up into the other two boxes. There's some more brood there. And a lot of brood there, and a lot of drones. A lot of drone brood there, cat brood, larvae. Got some cell cups, but no swarm cells yet. I normally would be out here a little bit sooner this year because of the early pollination coming on about 2 weeks sooner than normal. But the weather's been like a roller coaster around here in Maryland. That one day it's 50 degrees during the day and then it's 28 degrees at night. And then the day after that it's no more than 40 degrees during the daytime. So that said, it just has not been able to get out here when it should have been. All right, we've gotten our bottom box completely emptied with frames, and I want to go ahead and remove it and start shake the bees off of it. Put one of these other boxes on. I'm going to go ahead and go through the rest of these boxes and I will be back. Alright everyone, I took and I put the two hive bodies back for my single brood chamber management. Both sides of each box has a honey frame. In the middle is brood frames, open brood, cat brood, some eggs, and there's some open comb for her to lay in. I've been shaking all the bees back into the hive. There's just too many bees for me to find the queen. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to smoke the bees down and then put a queen excluder on it. And then on this one here, because there's so many bees, I'm going to put 2 honey supers on to give them space. There was no queen swarm cells. There was some queen cups, but they were empty. So they are kind of thinking about getting ready to swarm, but I've caught them just in time. So here's my queen excluder. And we'll slide that on like so. Here's one of the honey supers that I'm going to put on. And like I said, because of the sheer number of bees, I am going to go ahead and put a second honey super on to give them room. Alright everyone, I've got 2 honey supers above my queen excluder. Below the queen excluder are 2 medium brood boxes that have open larvae, cap brood, and open cell so the queen can lay. All the bees were shook down into the bottom boxes. The bees are already starting to come up into the honey supers here. I did have a couple frames with some cap brood. I went ahead and took out a couple frames of honey supers, and I put those brood frames in the top of the first honey super so they could hatch out, and then I'll remove those in the next week or two, and as soon as they do get hatched out. So I'm going to go ahead and put the inner cover back on and close this hive up. Since I've seen eggs and larvae at all stages, I know I have a queen. So this hive is done for right now. I'll be coming back to check, you know, as far as the honey supers go. It'll be probably several weeks before they actually start getting filled up, depending on the weather and all that. So until next time, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell, share my videos with your friends, and have fun with your bees.